Joining us now is former NATO Supreme Allied Commander General Wesley Clark. Thank you so much for your time. So what do you make of the overall message of today's military gathering?
No problem with lethality. All these generals and admirals are war fighters. That's the way they've been brought up. If Secretary Hegseth says we're doing something wrong, maybe that's to be looked at for the policy level. But I will say this, one of the great things about our warfighting skill is that we do take care of our soldiers and we take care of the innocent civilians that are there. We know that when we go into fight, we have to use the right amount of force on the right adversary, and that's what it's about. Now, as far as what President Trump said, I heard much of the speech, and my concern is, honestly, that we got to be really careful about using American troops in the United States. They don't belong here. There's a way they can be used if the Insurrection Act is declared. But I'm looking at the threat environment in these cities, and I don't see a threat environment that justifies calling out U.S. troops. If you take the case of Portland, Oregon, you've got state and local authorities there. They seem perfectly capable of handling it. So I'm worried about what the, let's call it the hidden agenda might be behind this, because there's no reason. These troops are and these leaders should be focused on our allies, on the concerns, the security threats facing the United States beyond our borders. That's why we have the United States Armed Forces.
In his speech, Secretary Hegseth declared some new standards for the appearance and physical shape of military members. How do you think that will be received?
Well, I think all these men and women who are there intend to comport themselves with the highest standards, to look good, to be physically fit, to have their hair cut and combed the right way. So I don't think anybody has any issues with that. The real concern is the unwarranted firing of general and flag officers, the firing of inspector generals and judge advocate generals, and this general idea that's gone through the U.S. government to get rid of the people who understood Russia. Russia is a principal adversary of the United States. They consider themselves at war with us. So those are the kinds of things that I hear that are rumblings in terms of the changes made thus far. We like the budget. I think we do need to reinvest in strategic defense. These are the president's initiatives. Fine. But let's keep in mind that these men and women in uniform are trained. They want to serve the country, but they want to serve it a proper way. And that's not being employed against American citizens.
And lastly, was there anything at all said today that perhaps raised your own eyebrows?
I hope the American people understand that when we came out of the Vietnam War, we completely retooled the American Armed Forces. And we did focus on warrior training and lethality and these kinds of combat skills. And we kept it even when the Cold War ended. So a lot of what the Secretary Hegseth said is it's redigested stuff we've been saying to ourselves for the last 30, 40, and 50 years.
All right, General Wesley Clark, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.